Picture this, the vivid yellow flowers that signal a crop of mustard. Now, although statistics show that the game of baseball has made this condiment number one, there is more than it seems to this field of dreams. To learn more, let's pop up to Airdrie and visit the home of Brassica Mustard.
Hi, I'm Desmond Johnson from Brassica Mustard, and we make gourmet mustards.
Hi, my name is Karen Davis, and we make Brassica Mustard.
It started out about 10, 12 years ago. My wife and I, we both come from large families, and we were looking for Christmas gift ideas.
So we decided that we would make our Christmas gifts.
We were looking at making jellies or jams, which didn't seem that exciting to us. And we started to realize that mustard is something that we ate a lot, we enjoyed. I use it in the professional kitchen a lot. So what we did is we decided to go get some recipes and make some small batches.
And we gave it out to friends, and it became very popular. And we had people constantly coming and asking us to make more mustard.
And next year rolled around and they were asking where their mustard was. So we actually made some bigger batches.
And then we decided a couple of years later, after we had had a couple of our children, that we would see if we could be successful as a business.
We went out to our first Christmas market, Christmas craft market, and we produced a bunch of mustard, took it out there, and had great sales, really successful.
And we sold out in the first day, and it sort of has built from there.
We're using yellow mustard seed and we're using brown mustard seed. They actually have two different flavors and two different characteristics. The brown mustard seed's a little bit more toasty, it's a little bit more of a nutty flavor, has a little bit more heat and punch to it. The yellow mustard seed is used for a lot of the mustard flowers that you see. They're used for ballpark style mustards, the yellow pasty mustards. When we get the seed is dry. It's like the mustard seed you can buy in the grocery store. So it's quite important. Otherwise, it's just like a hard, coarse, and almost bitter tasting seed to eat it. You can toast it a little bit. It almost looks exactly the same as canola seed. If you're familiar with canola seed, you can take it, once you start to process it, soak it and then process it, then it releases that little sharp bite, that mustard oil, which is the thing that everybody's after. That's the thing people really enjoy about mustard.
When Brassica first started off, we started off with two flavors, the cranberry honey and the roasted garlic. And we had them going in production for about 3 or 4 years, and then we decided that we needed a real sort of knock your socks off mustard, so we came up with the horseradish mustard.
And then actually we went from there into dill flavor as well too, which has been accepted really well. Just this last year, our 10th anniversary, we've come out with our 10th anniversary flavor, which is the black pepper, cracked black pepper mustard.
Sells on par with our cranberry, which was our top seller. And then also we put the Rocky that we were selling at the service industry into jars, 500 ml jars, and they've been extremely popular. Our mustard tastes great on everything, so it's always nice to find that the chefs in the local restaurants who are using one of our flavors of mustard can use it in so many different diverse ways.
Desmond's experience as a gourmet chef and culinary instructor provides the credibility for creating this dynamic condiment.
You can have it on a cracker, you can have it with breakfast, you can have it with lunch, we can have it with dinner. I've even made ice creams incorporating my mustards into it, which is a lot of fun for us. In the professional kitchen and even for the home gourmet as well too, it has so many different applications, even from seafoods to salad dressings, into meats of course, and into egg dishes. It has a tremendous versatility.
We use our garlic mustard in a Caesar drink. So you can use it in your cocktails, you can make it salad dressings, you can make marinades with it. You can cook with it, you can use it on spreads, on your barbecue. There's so many diverse ways of using it, and that's always very exciting.
It takes about a dozen plants to produce the seeds needed to yield enough for 2 batches of mustard.
When we started to go through a lot of mustard seed, we had to go and source it. So I started to contact people that sold mustard. And when I started to first contact them, they were under the understanding that I was going to start a mustard company, and they told me that I could buy the mustard from them in rail car loads. And that obviously didn't work for us, so we had to step back and start to work in 100-pound bags. We started to want as much as possible to also get product close to Calgary, get product as close to home as possible. So we looked at different honey producers. We wanted to keep the product as natural as possible. There is nothing in our products that starts with the letter X. We're using mustard seed that's grown here in southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan. We're using honey from north of town. There are some products that aren't local, but we're doing our best to try and keep everything as close to home as possible.
Usually what happens is Desmond drives down to Warner and picks up 100-pound bags of mustard. We take those and we measure them into these big vats that we have behind us here. We put the yellow and the brown seed in, and then we add different flavors of vinegar, and then we let it sit for about a 3-day process, and that will break down the seed, make it less hard. And then we blend it and add honey and salt at that time.
What we're doing is rehydrating or soaking the seed with different flavorings. We're using naturally flavored vinegars. We're using different flavoring ingredients, garlic for our roasted garlic, cranberries for our cranberry honey mustard. We are using honey as a natural sweetener in our product as opposed to using something or sugar. We're just trying to keep it as natural and as easy for people to become familiar with it and try out.
You can find Brassica Mustard products at the Millerville Farmers Market and numerous grocery stores throughout Alberta, and of course on their website.
We have a lot of support from the Calgary community and Alberta in a whole, which is amazing. We've had some of the retail stores that have been carrying our mustard since day one, and you know, I walked in with a jar of cranberry and garlic and felt kind of silly going, hey, do you want to carry our mustard? And they were more than willing to take it on. So we've had some people that have been selling our mustard for 10, 11 years.
I would say we're probably selling right now to about 30 different restaurants in the Calgary and the surrounding area. It's developing. It's come a long way from giving away 30 jars to friends and family for Christmas.
We've had people who, like the cranberry honey mustard, for example, who will phone us and say, I don't tell my husband, but I buy this by the week. Like every week I have to have my, you know, crackers and cranberry mustard. So if it's going to be like a chocolate, I'd love to be the Alberta Chocolate Company, you know, in mustard.
Prairie grown and Prairie made. Brassica Mustard adds depth and versatility to any meal with contemporary flavors prepared in a traditional style.